Hi there and welcome to another session of accountancy with me Vishwanath sir for the 11th standard. We are basically in the revision mode, and in the revision mode we are doing this chapter known as the basic accounting terms. Last when we finished off we discussed the term expense and we left off from there onwards. We shall continue from where we last left off, and then now we discuss the first item here, which is known as income. Okay, the very word income means something is coming in, so it is a profit earned during an accounting period. So it's a difference between the revenue and the expense. It's termed as income. It is broader term than profit because profit includes only from activities other than operating activities. Okay, for example, good costing 15,000 was sold for 21,000. So the cost of goods sold is 15,000 is an expense and the sale of goods is 21,000. So the income is 6,000. So income is revenue minus your expenses. Okay, so that was income for you. Income is a profit earned during the accounting period. In other words, it's a difference between the revenue and expense. It is termed as income. It is a broad concept. Okay, and it will basically be written as income is equal to revenue minus your expense. Now we go a step ahead and we find out what is the meaning of the word profit. Profit is basically the income which is earned by a business from its operating activities, that is your day-to-day activities. Activities which is carried out by the enterprise to earn profits. For example, if I am manufacturing pens, the sale of pens which I do is and if I sell it above the cost price, that will be known as a profit. Your profit is further divided into gross profit and net profit. Gross profit is a difference between the revenue from sales and the direct cost, while as net profit includes the gross profit minus whatever are your other operating expenses in the business, or they are also known as indirect costs. Okay, so that is profit for you. It is basically the income earned by the business from the operating activities. These activities are carried out by the enterprise to earn profits. For example, the profit which is earned from the sale of goods or rendering services. Profit is further divided into gross profit and net profit. Okay, gross profit is the difference between the revenue and revenue from sales and the other services rendered and its direct cost. So minus that you will get the gross profit. Net profit is basically whatever gross profit you get, that you minus your indirect expenses. Okay, that will be taken into account. Then we go to another term which is known as gain. Gain is basically an increase in the owner's equity resulting from something other than the day-to-day activities, that is the earning from irregular or non recurring nature. Okay, like for example, you sold off a land, so that was gain on sale of land. You sold off machinery, whatever you earned more than that, that was a gain on sale of machinery, and so on. Okay, loss is something which is there over a period of time. It decreases the owner's equity. It is a broad term. It includes that which is in the operating activities, money or money's worth, or where the firm receives no benefit. Okay, the cash which is lost in theft, the loss which is occurring when you sell off an asset, and so on. Okay, from here I go to the next term which is known as purchases. Now don't confuse purchasing a machinery and purchases of goods. In accounts, all your purchases are basically concerned with the regular items which you are dealing with. Now supposing if I am manufacturing goods, so I buy books and I sell books, those are my goods, those are my purchases. When I purchase the books with the intention to sell it and make a profit. Your purchases are further divided into two: cash purchases and credit purchases. Cash purchases means you pay it off on the spot. Credit purchases means you are paying it off at a later date. Okay, so these are the two types of purchases which we classify: cash purchase and credit purchase. Then you have got what is known as purchase returns. Purchase returns basically means goods which which are not up to our expectation. We return it back to the person who supplied it, to us, that is the supplier. So your purchase returns are also known as return outwards, because you're returning it out back to the person who has supplied it to you. From here we go to the next concept, which is sales. Sales is basically your normal selling of goods with the intention to earn profit. Okay? And your sales includes both cash sales and credit sales. Cash sales means whenever you sell, you get your cash at once. Credit sales means when you sell your goods and you receive the money at a later date. Okay? Followed by sales, we have what is known as a sales return. Sales return is basically the goods which are returned by the customer who has purchased from you, and this could be due to various facts. Supposing you might have given him extra quantity, or what has happened is that it is not as per his specifications. Okay, so these are certain things which is going to return back, and these are known as sales returns. Okay, from here we get the next term, which is known as revenue from operations. Your revenue from operation basically means your sales. Sales is your net sales, that is your sales minus your sales return, and whatever is your other income. So when you add both these, this is known as revenue from operations. Okay, it is known as revenue from operations. Then we have got what is goods, and now goods is basically anything which you buy and sell on a regular basis. Okay, goods can be purchases also, and goods can be sale also. Whatever items which you are purchasing are known as purchases, purchase goods. Whatever you are selling is known as sales or selling of goods. Fine. From here we go to the word which is known as stock or inventory. Okay, this is basically those unsold goods which are lying with you. Now your stock is divided into two, or your inventory is divided into two, that is your opening inventory and your closing inventory. Okay, so these are stocks which are there. Now your stock of goods may be further divided into stock of goods which are finished, stock of raw materials, and stock of work in progress. So the work in process is yet going on. Fine. Then we've got the trade receivables. Trade receivables are basically the money which we have to receive from others, and it is basically split into two. One is debtors and the other is bills receivable. Okay, so whatever money we have to receive from them is known as trade receivables. Then we come to the next term, which is known as trade payables. Trade payables are basically what we have to pay to the others. So there are two things in this. One is bills payable and the other is creditors. So what is trade payables? It is the amount payable for the purchase of goods or services taken in the ordinary course of business. Stating differently, it is the amount due to the seller of the goods by the enterprise. Trade payables is the sum total of the creditors and the bills payable. Okay. The creditor is a person who basically sells goods to you on credit, rather you purchase it from him on credit. Okay, and this is of great help to you. So trade payables will include two very important items. One is your cash, one is your creditors, and the other is your bills payable. Okay, we talk about the next term, which is known as cost. That is basically the amount at which it is originally purchased. Voucher is basically an evidence of the business transaction, so it is put down. Okay, and you could tell that it can have different forms like cash memo, invoice, bills, receipt, etc. Then we come to the word which is known as discount. Discount basically means a reduction in the value of the price. In accounts, we have two types of discounts. It is trade discount or cash discount. Basically, a trade discount is that type of discount where it is given on bulk purchases, and the other cash discount is basically given with the intention that they pay off the money more promptly, so that it increases their buying capacity. Fine. So this and much more. I'll stop here for today. Thank you so much, children. I'll see you next time.